Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending the webinar this morning. My name is Gail Mercer, and I will be your host. And this morning, we're going to go through a presentation on I'm new to trading binary options. Where do I start? Now, this is a question that I personally get asked a lot, so I thought it would be nice to do a presentation. Now, before we get started, I do want you to take just a moment to read the Nadex risk disclaimer. And basically, any type of trading that you do has risk, and that means you can lose money. So I want to give you just a few minutes to read over this disclaimer so that you understand that this is an educational webinar this morning. We are not giving out any type of trading advice. Okay? Now, about me, I've got a little over 15 years of trading experience. I started out with a company that programmed indicators, and I really just fell in love with the price bar. I thought that was the most fascinating thing I had ever saw. I specialize in price action, volume analysis, and divergence because I believe they are leading indicators. I'm also a frequent contributor to Stocks and Commodities magazine, Traders World, and Top Shelf. I've also been a guest speaker at Traders Expo, Traders World Online Expo, and the Wyckoff Conference. I'm also the author of Trading Nadex Binary Options, Keeping It Simple Strategies, and The New Trader's Guide to Trading Nadex Binary Options and Spreads. Now, my contact information is tradershelpdesk.com. You can contact me by email at gm@tradershelpdesk.com, or you can call me at 336-263-0122. Now, before I get started, I'd like to ask you for some feedback because I do these webinars every Wednesday, and I need some information from you to schedule some of the upcoming webinars that I will be doing. So first, what I'd like you to do is just click whether you're a beginning trader, if you have some experience but you're still learning, or you're just a really experienced trader. And I'll give you just a few minutes. Okay, now I've got another one for you, and this is in order to really kind of get your feedback as to what topics you would like to see new webinars on. So you can click as many of these that you want. For example, if you want to see more webinars on both the beginning level binary concepts or technical analysis, you can actually click both. You could also do how to enter and exit a binary trade. Just click on as many as you want so we can get these webinars scheduled and give you what you need to be a better trader. Okay? Now I want to give everyone a chance to actually answer this. It only lets you click on one. Okay, if there's another one that you want to, if you'll type it up for me, I can make sure that we get one scheduled. I apologize, I probably set it up wrong. So if you just type it up in the window, I'll make sure that we get one scheduled, or try to. I can't promise, but I can try. Now I'm going to do one more question, and then I promise that I won't ask any more questions. How many webinars have you attended in the last year? So a lot of you, this is your first webinar. I'm really happy that you're here. It's a great resource for everyone that wants to learn to trade binary options. Okay, I'm going to close the poll now. And we're going to get started. I do appreciate all of you participating in the survey. And we're going to go ahead and get started on the presentation today. Now, when you first start coming in, and there's a lot of you that are new to trading binary options, and I see a lot of you have how to design a trading plan, okay? If you go to nadex.com and you go to the Learning Center, the webinar archive, okay, you can actually filter by subject and you can filter by presenter. So if I come in here and I filter by Traders Help Desk, you can see, if I come down here, you've got all of the webinars that I have done, okay? And one of them that actually deals with how to design a trading plan is the video recording of implementing planning and discipline using Nadex binary options. Now, we do like to present information in different ways. So I'll probably schedule another one on how to design a trading plan, because sometimes, you know, it's how it's presented as to whether you actually understand the concepts or not. What strategy to use for trading, okay? I have several of them up here, using leading indicators for trading out of the money strategy binaries, pivoting into trading opportunities with binary options, you know, neutralizing the pitfalls of the Forex market. You know, we have a lot of videos here. And it's not just me, okay? Scroll through here. For example, Alpha Shark Trading. They additionally, you know, they have building a complete Forex trading plan, okay? And, you know, what I might teach, you know, you might not understand fully, but then if you go to Alpha Shark, you say, hey, I want to watch him, you know, you might learn something new. So there is a lot of resources right here on the webinar archive, okay? You can also see that you can filter by the subject. For example, if you wanted to see shorter duration strategies, click on that. It brings up everything for shorter term binary options. Let's say that you wanted to do Nadex spreads, okay? And as you can see, there's no videos there. Maybe we need to get some up there. This is where your input to us is so valuable, okay? Now, in addition to that, if you actually go to my website and go to the blog, it's the one listed over here on the far right-hand corner, okay? I have videos, I have articles. There's over 500 articles that I have done, most of them dedicated to binary options, okay? If you just click on trading videos, okay, it will take you directly to the trading videos, okay? Now, here's another resource that I find a lot of you do not know is there. Okay, and this again is on the Nadex main site, okay? And I'm just going to ask everybody in the room right now, if you were going to trade the Euro Yen 2-hour binary, what is the strike width? Does anybody know? Now, if you don't understand what the strike width is, okay, it's the distance from one strike to the next strike. Okay, this makes a difference, and I'll show you why it makes a difference. Let's go to markets. Let's go to Forex, okay? And this is something I think everybody should know, and I'm going to show you why, okay? Let's go to the Forex contract specifications, This is not the spread. The spread changes according to volatility. This is the actual width between strikes, okay? Now, this is the binary options spot Forex, right? I'm going to scroll down to the Euro JPY. Here's the Euro JPY, okay? Intraday, this is when it is offered, and the strike width is 10 pips, okay? Now, I had questions earlier this week. Client bought up the platform. They were looking for the Wall Street 32-hour binary options. So he sent me a screenshot and he said, something's wrong with my platform. I don't have a 2-hour binary option listed. It was 4 a.m. in the morning. There are no 2-hour binary options available. If you look right here, it tells you they start at 8 p.m. on Sunday. They go through 4 p.m. on Friday, and there is no 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. expiration. Okay? Now let me show you why the strike width is important and you just don't know it. Let's go and let's bring up a chart, and we're going to bring up the Euro Yen, and we'll bring up just any chart. It doesn't really matter. Okay? So I'm going to stretch it out. Now, do you notice these red and blue boxes right here? That tells me there are additional strikes between these two strikes here. Does everybody understand that? And I'm going to put, I'm going to use my pen so you'll actually see this. So we have one strike here, and we have one strike here, okay? This price is 11857. This one is 11877, okay? Notice that the difference between this strike and this strike is 20 pips. This is why you see this little red and blue box here. There's another strike there, and I can already tell you it is at 11867. Do y'all understand that? What do you mean by strike? Strike is the price of the binary option, for the binary option, I should say. And let me erase this real quick. And I may have to, yeah. Do you see now there's a 6-7 right here? I know the font is relatively small, but remember, we were here and we saw one here. Remember, I told you the strike was 118.67, okay? That was in between. The reason is there's a distance of 10 pips. So I already know, because I know what the strike width is on the Euro Yen. Now, when you're asking what do you mean by strike, okay, when you trade a binary option, and let's say this is the Euro JPY, okay? All right, this is the market, okay? Now, you're going to have a greater than sign, and you're going to have a price, okay? And in this case, I'm going to use the 0.57, okay? This right here is your strike, okay? Then you're also going to have a time component. So we're going to go through the time component, which will be by, and I'm just going to put noon, which is 12 p.m. Okay? So this entire statement is your strike statement or your binary option, okay? The strike portion of it is the price, okay? 118 point in the platform doesn't look like this. Why not? Frank, I cannot answer that. I don't know why it would not. Now, let's go on the buy side, okay? What does it mean when we buy a binary option? When we buy a binary option, it's because we believe that this indicative price index, which is right over here, do you see it in blue? It's moving up and down as price moves with the underlying. Okay, when we buy, it's because we believe that this price, which is called the indicative index, indicative price index, I'm sorry, will be greater than this strike price, okay? Now, this is real important. And when I first started trading binary options, as simple as that statement was, I couldn't understand it, okay? And it's a very simple statement, okay? The indicative price will be greater than 118.57, okay? Now, here's the key to this. Do you see over here in the indicative price index, there's 3 digits? Okay, 118.535. Do you see that? That's the point of precision. Okay, so if I am greater than 118.570, okay, if the indicative price index is greater than this number, I will make money, okay? So if it is at 118.571, I win, okay? I will make money, okay? And hypothetically. Does everybody understand that? All right. Now, what confused me is I thought it was equal to or greater than, okay? It's not. It's only greater than, okay? Simple, but that's the way it works. All right. We are recording it and they will send it out. Now, what happens when we sell? Okay. When we sell, then we believe that the strike statement will not be true. Okay. What would make this strike statement not true? Okay. If the indicative price equals or is less than 118.57, then that trade would receive the payout. You only have 3 numbers there, okay? It's only going to read those 3 numbers, not the 4 numbers, Bruce, okay? Now, does everybody understand the concept behind selling a binary option? Okay. What are you not clear on, Bruce? Now, if you buy, how do you get it to sell? Okay, let's say, and I'm going to bring the disclaimer back up just because, you know, I want this visible because I'm going to try to sell a binary option. And the risk disclaimer does apply to this now. I'm just doing this to teach y'all how to sell a binary option or how to buy a binary option. Okay, if I want to sell, for example, I believe that the euro yen will be below 118.47, I'm going to click the red box. Okay, now when you click the red box, okay, take time to read the ticket. Okay, this is telling you your maximum loss. Notice that it does not equal this number. Okay, it is, the way that it is calculated is the maximum payout minus the price, which is $66.25. Okay, and it's automatically calculated for you based on the price in this box. Okay, so my maximum loss, if I was to enter this right now, would be $33.75. My maximum profit would be $66.25. Okay? Now, now I'm going to go ahead and modify it so we can get in the order so you can see how it works. Now, as you can see, it tells me, let me go over here. I don't want to see that data. Okay, it tells me right here, I am -1. -1 means I sold the binary option. Okay, but what if I wanted to buy? I could also buy. Okay, in this case, I'm just going to do one at 118.57. Okay, again, if you read the ticket, do you see how at 26, I've got $26 of risk, I've got $74 of potential profit. Now I want to go ahead and do that so you see now you have +1 here, you have -1 here. This is a buy. This is a sell. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Frank, is this what you're seeing? Is something like this? Okay, you have to click on the chart icon to bring the chart up. And I probably did it fast and you didn't realize I was doing it. I apologize. And this again, you know, this is why you have a demo, okay? So that you can play with it and you can get to know it, okay? You can understand the platform. You know, if you're trying to trade binary options and you don't understand the platform, you're going to have a miserable time. You got to learn the platform. And again, if you go to the Nadex videos, you know, there's videos there on how to use the new platform. Okay? Now, let's say that we wanted, we needed to go out to the store or whatever, and, hey, we need to put a profit target in. If you click on this +1 or this -1, okay, we can set a profit target. Now, I want you to listen to me very carefully. If you are +1, you need to set a price that is higher than your entry, okay? Now, under your open positions, okay, do you see where it says average price? Now, this is our long position, okay? So that tells me I need to look at this position and I need to look at the current, the average price, okay? My average price was $26, okay? To exit this with profit, I need to set a profit target that is greater than $26. In this case, I'm going to set a profit at 45. No rhyme or reason there. I'm setting a target at 45. Okay? That's very simple. On the short position or the sale, okay, I need to set a price that is lower than what my average price is. Okay? So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to set an average price below that. And I'm just going to do it at 30. Okay. Now, let me explain why. Okay. And this is probably why you're not getting it. And I'm going to be drawing here. You have on the binary options, you have the option of selling or buying, okay? Now, a maximum payout is $100, okay? That is absolutely the most that the binary can pay out, all right? Now, let's look at how those values are calculated, okay? If you're looking at a binary, for example, if we look at this, I'm going to graph this one, okay? Right now, the value on the sell side is down here at 31.50, okay? On the buy side, it is at 40, okay? Now, here is the difference, and this is something that you really need to review and understand. When you buy a binary option, what are you really saying? You are saying that you expect price to go up, okay? So when you are buying a binary option, you expect the value to go up to $100. Does everybody understand that? And this is critical for any binary option trader to understand. What happens when you sell a binary option? When you sell a binary option, okay, you're expecting the value to go down on the binary option. Does everybody understand that? So it starts at 100 and it goes down. So when you're looking at this red number on the sell side, that is telling me that there is only $15 remaining on the binary option. How did I come up with $100? That's just standard. The maximum payout on every binary option is $100. Okay? Now, I did not say that is your profit, Frank. I said that's the maximum payout. Okay, so for example, on this buy side of the binary, okay, you paid $40 to enter the binary. Its maximum value is 100, so your profit, not including exchange fees, would be $60, because that's the difference between here and $100. But when you look at your historical statement, you will see $100 payout per contract. Does everybody understand that? What are you not clear about? You know, this is where you can ask questions and get answers. You know, if you can tell me what you do not understand, I will be more than happy to try to explain it. On the sell side, you would make $68.50. No. On this one right here, no. You would make $31.50. On the sell side, the value would be going down, okay? So why wouldn't you purchase it for less than 40? You could. For example, right now it's $33.25. I was using the example of the price that was listed, Denise. How is profit different from payout? Okay, you always have $100 payout, okay? But you have to pay a price to participate, okay? In this case, we paid $40 to enter the binary option. That's the price that we paid. We call that risk, okay? Can I buy and sell at the same time at the same strike? No. That would exit your position. Do y'all see how that one just got filled on the order? See, what's going to happen, and I'll show you an example. And again, you know, this is getting in and playing with the platform, okay? Let's try to buy and sell at the same time, okay? So let's buy, okay? All right. You see that I'm in the market, okay? So now I'm going to sell. Watch this order. That's what you just did. You exited the same order, okay? You can buy lower than the number on the right. For example, right now, they want $49.50. Well, I don't want to pay $49. I want to pay $30, okay? So I'm going to put $30 there. Do you see how this box is gray, Denise? Now, if by chance it goes down to 30, okay, then, you know, there's someone willing to let me buy for $30, then I'll get in, okay? But you're not going to get in just because you put 30, okay? It has to sit there until someone is willing to allow you to buy it for $30. Nadex matches buyers and sellers, okay? So I have a buyer that wants to buy for $30 right now. Okay? But in order for the buyer to buy at $30, there has to be a seller willing to sell at $30. They're matching these up. And that's why this order might not ever get filled. Now, I did an extreme example there, okay? There are times where I will go in and actually, all right, I don't want it for 50, but if this comes down to, let's say, 45, okay, I would get in at 45. I think that's okay, so I can modify that order, and if this goes down to 45, it will allow me to get into the market, as long as there's someone willing to let me buy their product. Do you understand? Now, on the entry, the average price was $58, okay? But remember, you have to subtract this from 100. So actually, it would be 100 minus 58 would be my risk. So my risk was actually $42. The profit, this is what I call profit potential. Okay. And do you see how that order just got filled? And it was at 45. Okay. Even though it went up to $55, $58. Okay. Do you see how it came back and my order was filled at 45, Denise? That's how you do it. Okay. If you buy an option and the indicative index is below the strike price, you are not in the contract until the indicative index goes above the strike price. No, that is not correct. Does the demo allow us to play this out to this extent? Yes. Does it work the same for all currencies? Yes, it does. Now, I want to go back to your question, Nor, okay? What you're saying, if you buy an option, okay, and the indicative index is below the strike price, you are not in the contract until the indicative index goes above the strike price. That is incorrect, okay? I can buy, and again, y'all have to remember I'm doing this for educational purposes only. The disclaimer still applies, but I can buy this one up here at $4.50, okay? My maximum loss is $4.50. My maximum profit is $95.50, okay? So I'm going to place that order. Now, notice that the order has not been filled, okay? Nobody wants to let me in the market. There's nobody that can be matched up to this position, okay? Let's try the $7 one. Let's see if I can get in. Okay, I got in the $7 one, okay? Now, notice that the indicative price index is down here. This is the indicative price index. I'm up here, okay? I'm in at the market, okay? But for this to be a profitable trade, this indicative index has to be above this strike price right here. Okay? Actually, now I have 4 positions on. Do you see how this is all black? That means I've lost $4.50. Okay? here, if I come over here and click on the open positions, you'll see, let me just shrink that up a little bit. Now, do you see how it looks like I'm only in one position? Actually, I'm in 4. This is where we need to expand the chart out. Okay, so now you can see, okay, I've lost money here. I'm break even. This is called break even because it's at 0. This I have made $15 on. Okay, this one I've lost 37. I'm not at full loss yet because it's not black. Now you can also see that, okay, in your open positions. Do you see your position value here? Okay, so I'm at a loss of $37, but I still have a position value of 5. What does that mean? It means if I were to exit right now, they would return $5 of my risk, okay? As long as the order is filled. So obviously the cheaper the price you purchase it for, the bigger your risk that it may not go up or down to that point. I wouldn't say risk because, I mean, you can't say $4.50 is a large risk, but the probability, and this is what you're dealing with, the probability of it going all the way up here could be very low. Because it said right here, if you're watching these numbers, it tells you, okay? At one time, this was at 0 when I pointed it out, Danielle. Right now, it's at -3. If you keep watching this number right here, you'll see that it's constantly moving, okay? Now, the next step, you know, I really suggest that you study price bars because that's like my cornerstone to my trading. And I do have, under the webinar icon, archives, I do have a video there that teaches you how to read price bars, okay? You know, for me, and again, you know, if you're new, there's a lot of information. You know, when I was new, and I had years of experience in trading. I traded futures, I traded Forex, I traded stocks, okay? And when I started trading Nadex binary options, I printed all of this out, okay? And I turned it into an Excel spreadsheet, okay? And that way it allowed me to instantly see the strike width, okay? And I'm just going to show you. I did this in an Excel spreadsheet. And if I notice that they changed this, then I go back and I change my spreadsheet. For example, on the Dow, okay? What is the Dow? Do you know the market that correlates to that on the binary option side? The Dow is the underlying. What would the binary option market be? Anybody know? It's the Wall Street 30. Okay. Now, from gold all the way down, okay, for example, GC is gold, okay? CL would be crude, and then these are your Forex symbols, okay? Now, and again, this goes back to saying, okay, what is it that I'm doing? You know, what am I trying to learn to do? You're trying to learn to trade, okay? So Wall Street 30, and it tells you right here, it's based on the Dow, Okay, the US 500 based on the S&P 500. US Tech based on the NASDAQ, which is the NQ. Does everybody see that? Now, again, if you go down to stock indices contract specifications, it actually will tell you all of this information. Okay, here's another question I get asked a lot. I want to trade a 20-minute binary and I can't find them. Okay, you know why you can't find them? Because they are not offered until 9:40. This is the expiration time. Okay, so the first 20-minute binary is not offered until 9:40. So if you come over here to the platform and you say, Gail, I don't have 20-minute binaries. Well, it's because you're looking at 9:30. They're not offered until 9:40. And all of this information is actually provided to you under the Markets tab on Nadex. And I mean, I print them out because I needed to know them, okay? I needed to, because I do a lot of out of the money. How many of you know what out of the money binaries are? If I say OTM, everybody knows what I mean by OTM? Okay, let's go through what out of the money, at the money. Okay, if you, and this is actually depending on whether you're going short or whether you're going long, okay? If you are going long, which means you're going to buy a binary option, anything that is above where price is currently at, this is your indicative, anything above this will be considered out of the money. Now, why does that matter? Because these are going to have your lowest risk on them, okay? This is typically your 50-50, okay? This is your current strike. It's considered at the money because this is where price is currently trading, okay? Now, anything, and remember, this is for buying, okay? Anything that is below, okay, is considered to be ITM, which means in the money, okay? Why? Because price is up here and your strike is below, okay? This is only on the buy side, okay? So does everybody understand these terms in correlation to buying? Because for selling, they're the opposite, okay? Now we're going to go through them on selling standpoint, okay? Now your at the money is going to remain the same because this is where price is currently trading. This is your at the money, okay? Now, in the money is up here. Anything above price is in the money. So you've got at the money, in the money, in the money. Anything below would be out of the money, okay? Because price has not yet arrived at that strike. Does everybody understand the terms now? So when someone says to me, oh, I'm new to trading binary options, okay? The first thing that I recommend is that you learn this simple stuff, okay? And all of this is actually covered in both of my books as well. The next step that I recommend is that you find a technical analysis that you can understand. You know, there's thousands of indicators, okay? Pick one that you can understand. No, at the money is the strike price that is where the indicative price is currently trading, okay? You know, this strike price is 118.57. The indicative index is 118.54. This is, you know, the closest strike. So, you know, this would be considered your at the money, okay? John, you can find the books on my website or on Amazon. In the first book, The New Trader's Guide to Trading Binary Options and Spreads, it really goes in depth on the psychology portion of it. Any top indicators you recommend? I love pivot points, which, you know, they're included with the Nadex platform. I'll show you how to get there. If you click on, well, first, left click on your chart, left click indicators. I like this because it's alphabetical. So I'll go to L through P and do pivot point. This is based on the floor trader pivots that have been used forever. Okay. And I like the stochastics. And as you can see, I already have the stochastics on here. And I do have presentations on both of these on the webinar archive, Larry. You know, I can actually trade just using these two indicators on my chart with price bars. Does it take practice? Yes. But, you know, you have a free demo. Practice. Divine strike one more time. I will. Okay. We have the market in the time. Okay. So in this case, it's the euro yen. Okay. Now, if you notice over here, Denise, and it shows it better actually over here, do you see that greater than sign? Okay. It's always going to have that in the strike statement, and then it's going to have a price. In this case, I'm going to use the example 118.57. Okay. And we're going to have the time. And I'm going to say by 12 p.m. Okay. So this is the entire strike statement. This is the strike price right here. Okay. It's the most important piece of information other than the time. Okay. What about the cloud? I don't have any opinion on the cloud. I can't even say it. So it doesn't mean that, you know, it doesn't work or anything. There's thousands of traders that use it. I know one guy that does webinars that uses it, Larry. Maybe James Romelli. I'm not sure. But I would look up his stuff because he does a lot with the cloud. How do you obtain the red line on the pivot line? It's automatically. That's not a pivot. Well, it is. It's an R1 pivot, but there's also a different pivot line, Joe. But, I mean, again, all you have to do, and let me walk you through that one more time because I know it's new. Okay. So left click on your chart. Okay. And go to L through P and do pivot point. Do you see how mine is blue? That's just letting me know that the red line is already on there for the pivot points. How come there is no PL on 3 out of the 4 positions? We're actually on all 4 of them right now. This is at full loss. This is at full loss. This is at full loss. And again, this is to show you how to enter orders. Okay. You can contact me directly, George. I do have a form on my website. If you come up here to contact, it goes directly to my email. And I usually respond within about an hour on my emails. If you contact customer service, they can actually help you on that one. I've had to contact them a couple of times. Do I use any other charts other than Nadex? Yes, because I design indicators, and I design them for TradeStation, MultiCharts, and NinjaTrader. And that, if you're new to trading, you don't hear me talk about my indicators or, different platforms a lot. And it's because I'm working with a lot of new traders and I feel that that's overwhelming to you. So I try not to focus on that. Can I use this strategy on binary option trades also? Yes, that's the reason we're presenting it here, is for binary options. And there are so many different ways to trade, it's unbelievable. I've probably got 10 different setups that I trade off of my own indicators, It's just, it's really a matter of what's good for you, okay? Again, if you come back over here to the Learning Center, go to the webinar archive. If you like trading the cloud, if you go to Alpha Shark, quite sure he's done one on here with the cloud. But again, just go through here and scroll down and see what he's got, That I could not tell you, Frank. It's not going to close until noon, and I'm fixing to actually close the webinar room. And there are no dumb questions. If you don't know the answer, then I really encourage you to ask the questions. If you have a question, if you don't ask it, it doesn't get answered. Okay. Spread trade. I'm going to do a webinar on spreads. Okay. I think either later this month or next month. That requires a webinar on its own. What is the best time and instrument to trade? Actually, it's not the best time or instrument. It's the best time for you to focus, Fred. I trade the mornings, I trade the afternoons, I trade Asia, I trade London. There's really no best time or instrument to trade. Some days the Forex market will be absolutely the best, and other days the futures, okay? What is red and blue bar length indicates? Are you talking about the actual price bars? Or are you talking about over here? Let me bring up a new chart and see what you're talking about. It must have been the position. It's the only thing I can figure out that you're asking about because they're no longer there. Is there a platform to download instead? There is a platform for the iPad, but this is web-based. Okay, Carl? Yeah, there used to be a pro version, but there's not anymore. Okay, if there's no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I hope all of you enjoyed it. I will be here every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. I always have a different topic. I do encourage you to ask questions so that you can learn money. And I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful day. Okay? Thank you.